Okay, so we're continuing to talk about author's point of view. This time we're using the author's point of view in an expository text where it gives us information about something. So the author's point of view is what the author thinks about the topic. And in the story this week, we're talking about rescue dogs. So we're going to think about what the author thinks about rescue dogs. So let's take a look at our first section. So we're going to reread this section from Rescue Dogs Save the Day. And I want us to think about, as I'm reading, I want you to think about what parts of this section tell me what the author thinks about rescue dogs, how he feels about rescue dogs. Rescue dogs are smart and brave. They listen well to commands and do their jobs even when they are tired, thirsty, or hungry. They are friendly and get along well with their handlers. The people who work with them, they also must be obedient and do what they are told. So, when we were reading that, we could see that the very first part says rescue dogs are smart and brave. So that's an opinion. Okay, that's an opinion. That's what the author feels about rescue dogs. He thinks that they are smart and brave. So that's going to give us a hint about what the author's point of view is, because he's telling us rescue dogs are smart and brave. So we're going to put that into our graphic organizer as a detail that helps us understand the author's feelings and thoughts towards rescue dogs. Now let's read the next section. As I'm reading, again, I want you to think, what parts of this are helping me? What parts are their opinions, the author's opinion, and what parts are helping me understand how the author thinks or feels about rescue dogs? Certain breeds of dogs are easier to train to work in dangerous rescue situations than others. The Border Collie is one breed of dog used during disasters and emergencies. Border Collies can work for a long time. They do not get tired easily, and that's important. But dogs need more than energy. They also need to follow commands, and that takes a lot of training. So remember, as we were reading, there was one opinion that popped right out of there, and that would be that Border Collies can work for a long time. They do not get tired easily, and that's important. So the author is saying that he thinks it's important for animals who are helping to rescue to not get tired easily. So this is his opinion, that all rescue dogs should be able to not get too tired so that they're able to help and rescue. He thinks that's important. So that's definitely his opinion and helps us understand how he feels about rescue dogs. So we're going to put that into our graphic organizer. So looking at these two details, we can start to see that the author's point of view about rescue dogs is that they're smart, they're brave, and that it's important that they stay awake during rescue times, or that they're not easily tired. So that's something we would type into this section to show our author's point of view. So as we're reading the next section, the Your Turn section, I want you to think, what does the author feel about rescue dogs? What are some of his opinions that pop out as you're reading the next section, getting ready to work? So as you're reading this, you're going to read this part on your own. Okay, read this section on your own and highlight. Remember, you can use the highlight tool right over here. Click on the highlight tool, and then you'll be able to highlight things in your in the text. And once you find opinions, highlight them and then use the type tool to add them to your details. Once you have your details over here, and remember, you don't have to fill all these details. We only had 2 details on the last 2 sections. So you don't need to fill all of these. Just get a couple details, 2 or 3 details that show the author's opinion, what they think or feel about rescue dogs. Then you're going to type into the author's point of view on this side. Remember to use wrap, so I already have a restate here. The author's point of view about rescue dogs is that they are, and then use these details that you typed over here in your answer. Okay, so I want to see what the author's point of view is, starting with a restate. The author's point of view about rescue dogs is that they are, and then use your details from the text to finish that sentence. Okay? If you have any questions, remember Parent Square. Go to Parent Square and ask me those questions.